Good morning. My name is Donnie Rafter. I'm the principal here at Beckman High School. Thank you for joining us today at our counselor coffees. Before I hand it over to the counselors, I just have a quick message to share with you guys before you begin the course selection process. So, first of all, we know this isn't what school is about. Right now, what we're experiencing, what your kids are experiencing, it's not the normal high school experience. Academically, things are going relatively well. This obviously isn't perfect, but things are still moving along. What kids are missing, and we know they're missing, are the activities or the personal interactions that high school is about. And so we know that, and hopefully at some point we'll get back to that when it's safe. We're trying to figure out ways to incorporate different activities. Right now, we've got obviously restrictions and guidelines that we're having to abide by. But I want you to know we're doing our best to get those things going. And we know at some point we need to almost make up for lost time. So I just want to thank you for your patience and your understanding as we move through this. And so I get a lot of questions about next year. You know, what's next year going to look like? Are we going to be back to normal? What's the format going to look like? At this point, I don't have those answers. A lot of that has to do with the next couple months and what that vaccine rollout looks like. Um, but I don't know. At this point, my hope, I mean, like all of you, is probably to be back to some version of normal. I can't guarantee anything, but based on kind of the trends, based on what I'm hearing, it feels like we'll be closer to normal for the fall. Um, but again, in terms of long-term implications, I have no idea what that's going to look like. So hang in there with us. We'll be back. Again, don't know what that will look like and when, but we'll get there. Um, and so you're here today to basically choose classes or to learn about choosing classes for next semester. Our counselors are going to go through and share with you the course selection and registration process. But I wanted to just share a few things for you to keep in mind as we go through this. So first of all, there's a big question out there about college admissions. We've seen over the last several years trends for colleges to move to accepting more well-rounded students and students with like a story or a legacy or what did they do instead of just what their grades and what their numbers looked like. Um, with the pandemic, there's a lot of uncertainty about college admissions and what that's going to be. Um, and so as you go through this, I don't know if it's wise to just choose classes based on what you think colleges are going to want to see. Like I said, we've seen trends where they're looking for more well-rounded students, and this pandemic seems to have exacerbated that and sped that process up. You're seeing a number of colleges get rid of the standardized testing requirement that kids have or used to have. And so long term, what does that mean for admissions? We're not sure. And so what does that mean for you? Well, make sure your students choose classes that they're interested in. Slogging through, an advanced math class when they're going to be, social science in the social sciences or the humanities probably isn't something that they need to do. And take classes that they enjoy. Like I said, I see it too many times where kids are, running through AP literature is one. We have a lot of kids who want to be engineers or mathematicians, and they're taking AP literature and they hate it. Again, that's not a reflection on the teachers either. The teachers are amazing, but literature just isn't the field that they're interested in, but they're taking the class because they think that's what colleges want them to take. And not only do we not know that, but it's not necessary. It's not wise because the story that it's telling the admissions officers isn't very clear. So as you go through this and you help your students choose classes, in the back of your mind, just make sure, hey, we want our students to be well-rounded students. If they want to take an honors or a weighted class, make sure it's in an area that they enjoy, not in some area that they're just thinking they're going to take it because this is what colleges want. The honest truth is we don't know what colleges want. I don't think colleges know what they want. So keep that in mind when you're choosing classes. Again, our counselors will go through the specifics with you about how that's going to look, but just keep that in the back of your head. And so also, if you're interested in some further exploration on college and what that might look like, there's two books that we recommend. This Frank Bruni book, Where You Go Is Not Who You'll Be, we've recommended for the last several years. It's a good read. It's quick, and it just gives you an idea of college and what it looks like in terms of um, outcomes for various colleges. Um, it's like I said, it's a pretty quick read. This Who Gets In and Why is actually a more recent book. It came out in May or March of this year, and is just inside the college admission process. Like, what does it look like? Why do colleges select certain students? Why do they not select certain students? And so take a look at that. That'll kind of help you through the process if you're interested in more about colleges and what they're looking for, and if that's what you're using to base your decisions on. So anyway, thank you again for attending today. I look forward to seeing you in person at some point, hopefully in the near future. Thank you again, and have a good day.